What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, back with another video helping you plan out your January books or what books are going to sell hot in January. So I'm back here with my time machine, and again, I promise you this time we will get into the journal niche, which is obviously one of the hottest niches come January this year or any year, and that's for the simple fact that it's all about new year, new me. So you can guarantee that people will start buying these books just like they get gym memberships, and they're going to drop these books faster than they drop their gym membership. That's a fact. I think all of you guys can agree with me that that's typically what actually happens. So in this video, I'm going to show you which books to get people to buy so that yes, they can drop them later. But guess what? Before that, they've already dropped the money on the books. So let's put more money in our pockets by producing these very books that I'm about to talk about. So let's get that time machine out and let's do this. All right. So I'm here again with my favorite tool of all to use for this actual exercise, and that tool is Helium 10 and none other than Black Box. So we need a couple settings here. I just want to remind people, and I also will include a link to Helium 10 below, so I do get an affiliate commission for that. I do appreciate you guys. That all supports this channel and my production of videos, which sometimes is not the best. I need all the help I can get. So, all right, let's talk about those settings that we have. First and foremost, that is changing the category to books. We only want to see what's available in the books category and nothing else. And then the second thing is coming over here to best sales period. We want to this time pick January 2020. If you recall, in the last video, I accidentally picked January 2019 when I clearly meant to pick January 2020, but it all turned out really well because we got to see what sold well in the 19 as well as the 20 range. And we saw that many of the actual books were in fact the same thing, which thus goes to show you that in 2021, the same thing will sell yet again. It's almost like I've got a crystal ball when in reality, I don't have anything except for Black Box. So, all right, after we pick all that, we will come down here on title, keyword search, and we will pick journal. We want to see specifically what sold well for journals because again, it's all about new year, new me. So I'm going to hit that search bar and in a couple seconds, boom, we're off to the races. So let's see what we grab. Here we've got a book. I believe this is Paper Peony Press, which we actually did a whole brand stocking video about this, and we saw how they're making millions of dollars selling these very basic journals. If you have not picked one of those up, I probably will pick one of them up so that I can show you guys what they actually do, and I will put a reminder for myself to pick it up as they did $45,000 in revenue in January alone just for this actual book. So here is a habit journal, which already starts off a great idea, a journal about habits and habits only, because some of you might be thinking like, Liz, the journaling niche, it's so broad, it's so gigantic, it's so competitive, there's absolutely no way I can sell in it. And my answer to you guys is yes, you can. And the reason that you can is you will go into the journal niche just as we went into the planner niche, and we will niche it down. So immediately right out of the gate, the habit journal pops up. So we could furthermore go and search into Amazon something about a habit journal to see if we can actually get some ideas. So let's see, habit journal for women, habit journal for men, clear habit journal simple elephant. I have no idea what that means. Habit journal tracker, habit journal evergreen. So let's go into habit journal for women. We'll let that populate as we go across over here and take a look at some more ideas. Here is a 5-year memory book. Now, I'm not sure what that is, but it says 1 line a day. I guess it allows the actual reader or the user to put one simple thing that they recall about that day per day that was very special in their life. It's actually very cool. It's a great idea. A 5-year memory book. I would definitely want to look more into that to see what that's about, but I think we can do a lot better than this actual cover, and I think it's a great concept. It could even be a 1-year memory book. Here's writing your journal article in 12 weeks. I don't think that's related to Kindle. Here's 1 question a day for you and me. Daily reflections for a couple, a 3-year journal. I love this. I think it's excellent. I think you guys could put a lot of spins on this and make it a lot better. But all in all, I think it does terrific. It does $4,000 every January, and it sells 352 copies. So I think this would be a great one to sort of emulate and bounce ideas off of this in order to come up with something better. It says, F me, I'm going to do this diet and exercise. Funny daily food diary. That's kind of a spin on words there, right? And so that just made me hungry actually saying that. So I cannot understand how somebody would be able to keep their diet with this book. It also looks green and delicious like a salad. So let's see what else we got. 100-day goal journal. This year I will, a 52-week guided journal. So these guided journals seem to be pretty much extremely hot. You could do very many different guided journals for different things. So it could be a guided journal to running your first marathon, a guided journal to doing this, a guided journal to doing that, to starting your own business. Be creative with these. It doesn't just have to be a 52-week broad journal. It could be a lot of different things that you could do it with. This one made $2,200 and costs $13.59. So the simple fact that you are guiding them across something might be more work on your part. However, because it is so niche down and you could put a lot of details into it, you can also command a much higher price because yes, it did take all that additional work. Here's Today's the Day, a 90-day food fitness journal. Here's a mentee journal, which is kind of interesting. A mentee journal, I don't actually I guess it's somebody that's being mentored. A mindful witch. This is kind of cool too. You could also do a spin on that. And if we keep going, we'll see what else we come up with. An abundance journal. Here's a confidence guide code for girls journal, embracing an amazingly imperfect, totally power self. I don't even think I can read that well. So I don't know what I just said there, but it confused the shit out of me, as it probably confused the shit out of you. And you're probably like, Liz, what the hell are you reading? This is interesting though. I still wanted to just kind of make that known to you guys. It's an interesting book that you can, a good spin on girls. And let me just read it once so that you guys know that I can read. The Confidence Code for Girls Journal, a guide to embracing your amazingly imperfect, totally powerful self. Interesting. All right. Daily to-do list notebook. Let's see what else we've got. Nothing really catches my eye, or none of those ideas caught my eye. Pray through the Bible in a year. This is very good. This is obviously sells well, $1,200 a month in January. This would be another example of an excellent book. Here's the Book of Mormon Journal Edition. So this would be great. This goes to show you how can you break down that religious niche and even sub-niche it more. This is creating a journal not only specifically for people that are religious, but these are very specific group, Mormons in this case, and this journal is all about Mormons. So of course you would need to know some information about Mormonism to be able to even complete this. So if you're a Mormon out there watching this video, which I doubt because this is not a family channel, then this is an opportunity for you. Or if you're just an opportunist out there that wants to sell things to Mormon but doesn't really know a lot about Mormons but can do the research, then this is a fantastic opportunity for you, which I highly recommend. The Atomic Habits Journal. This is interesting. I don't know what it's about, but it catches my eye for the simple fact that a nerd might like it. But what would I know? I'm not a nerd. Yeah, right. Okay, again, an Eat Better book and a read through the Bible in a year. So we've already seen that these read through the Bible ones are extremely hot. So you can obviously create a journal for it. I'm not sure what it has inside of it, but let's go ahead and see if we can take a look. I'm now very curious about this. So I'm going to go ahead and click into this. This looks like it's not a Kindle book. It's probably some other type of book. But again, any kind of physical book that there is, we could actually create it into a Kindle book. It's got 86 ratings. It's got very high ratings. It's a hardcover. The thing that I don't like about it is the simple fact that it does not show the pages inside, which I think can be huge from a conversion perspective. The more pages you show, the sexier they are, the more you sell. But this one doesn't really show anything. Here's a fasting journal, which think would be a great idea. And here we have again the simple bill monthly payments planner organizer check thing. This is doing extremely well, $900, and all it's got is the words bill on the outside. Like, how unsexy is that? But yet it still sells. Here again is another God calling journal and a woman's journal and my wedding shit. So small bride journal for notes, thoughts, ideas, and reminders. This is fantastic. This is the type of thing that I think a lot of brides would buy. And obviously there's a lot of brides that don't like to curse. So again, curse words are okay if you kind of have that list and you can already send traffic to them. But remember, if you do put curse words in a journal or in any title, then you automatically are disqualified from actually running ads, which can be huge for your book. So I would opt in for first starting with the clean version of things. Again, start building that email list. We have videos on that coming in the next couple weeks. And then once you get a foul-mouthed book out, now you can mail your list about it and you can actually link them to a special. You can run a deal on it by lowering the price and allowing them to buy the book at a very low price. Here's Sermon Notes Journal, which is great. This is obviously for preachers, and it's very feminine. So I'm kind of surprised at this. I guess there's female preachers out there. I don't actually know. I'm not right, to each their own, whatever religion you follow, I'm all for it. But I don't know. Something tells me that a preacher, like a male preacher, wouldn't like this. So I would kind of maybe look into doing sermon notes journals. Now this possibly is not for a preacher. It could just be for a person that's listening to a sermon, but it kind of gives me the idea of creating one for a preacher themselves when they're taking notes to create the actual speech or whatever that they do. But again, for a female, this is probably good. And I wouldn't imagine a dude, now that I think about it, sitting there in the pew praying and enjoying the Sunday service to have a little journal. So again, great. Now I understand the logic behind it once I thought of the demographic. So again, another God journal that's fantastic, a dot grid notebook, doing well. A pregnancy journal, which we've already talked about, and there's a daily special journal, which we talked about as well. Now let's go into the final page and then we'll round this up. Again, Christian women's sermon notes. So now I completely understand what that's all about. I can understand why they were flowers, and that's a very hot niche, it seems like. And here is a blank notebook, very just plain, still does $606, which just goes to show sometimes you put a design out there and it just hits. And again, another monthly bill organizer. So it seems to be like a theme that we've kind of hit upon almost every possible thing, just like monthly bill planners, and we kind of understand everything. Here's cake order forms, which I don't get, but here's a custom cake order, which just goes to show you, God bless it. There are some crazy things and some crazy shit that people buy journals about, but this thing makes $509 in the month of January. Like, who in the hell organizes their cake orders? Or I guess this is for a wedding. I'm at a loss of words here. Like, I really have no words to say. So I'm going to just move forward and ignore that I even saw that. I don't get these right here, this illuminated scripture journal, but I'm guessing that they're actual hard covers. Here's a 90-day exercise journal and a groceries and shit meal planner. Wow. Not only have we finished lump groceries in there with shit, but we've also created a shit meal planner. Like, I didn't actually realize people were eating shit nowadays, but I guess that's what they call gourmet cuisine. Who knows? And I think after that, that's pretty much a wrap. However, this reading log just did come up. So a fantastic example of a good way to do a reading log, $422 in sales. But I think I said a mouthful when I just talked about the shit meal planner. I think that's it. So I think the shit meal planner means we're done. The shit has hit the fan and we will cut it off right there. So questions and or comments, post them below. I always personally answer them. Until next time, I'll see you guys and girls later. Let's do this.